Zac Robinson is the first person to be interviewed for the Chargers offensive coordinator position. Now, in my video earlier in this week, I mentioned him as one of my 5 guys that I would like to see hired. So obviously, I'm very happy that he's getting an interview. Okay. And if you don't know much about this guy, don't worry, because I'm going to pull up all the information on him so you can decide what you think of him. And while I do that, make sure to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. So Zac Robinson is a former quarterback. He played at Oklahoma State, where he was throwing touchdowns to Dez Bryant. Yes, that is Dez Bryant. And he was drafted in the 7th round of the 2010 NFL draft by the Patriots. He could never really stick around in the league, though, and eventually got a job as a senior analyst at PFF. And when he was at PFF, he actually took a look at Justin Herbert, and this is what he had to say about him.
He was our top quarterback for the 2019 draft heading into this season, and nothing's really changed since then. Started off the season, weeks 1 through 6, he was our top graded passer, played really well throughout those first 6 weeks. After that was a little bit up and down. We saw some struggles against pressure and things like that, but we're going to take a look at some of the positives, some of the things that he does well. And the biggest thing that sticks out is his big-time throws down the field, especially up the seams. We've got 3 clips dialed up here for you to see his arm velocity and his talent to get down the seams on some of these throws. He's ultimately just going to take this cover 2 bender by the slot right down the seam, and he had a lot of drops this season. Let's go ahead and run the clip. He had the most drops on 20-plus throws out of any quarterback in college football, but we see the arm talent, the ability to just drive that with easy velocity right down the seam. Here we've got a 4th and 14 situation. This is week 1 of the season against Bowling Green, where he just diced them up the seam. We saw the first one that got dropped. Here's another great one here. Let's go ahead and run this clip. This is going to be basically the same plays, trying to get down the field versus cover 2 in the middle of the seam. And this is one of the best throws we saw in college football all season long. But you're going to see him use his eyes, looks off the safety left, comes back to it, and drops in an absolute perfect shot. Defender has no idea that that ball is coming right behind his head. So some of these seam throws have been incredible. Let's take a look at the next one against Stanford. This was kind of his coming out game. He had a big game. We're going to get a motion out here, and then we're going to see him diagnose after the snap. Stanford's going to roll down to a single high look from a 2-high shell, and they're going to have a switch release vertical that he's ultimately going to hit versus single high. Let's go ahead and run this, see exactly what's going on. We see the safety move. He's calm in the pocket, a lot of poise, and delivers another strike up the seam, this time versus single high. We got another back shot of this that gives an idea of exactly what he's looking at. So he sees number 3 roll down, and he knows it's on up the seam from there. Delivers a great shot. Best seam thrower in college football. It's been all season long. So the 20-plus throws are very special. Let's take a look at another aspect of his game that needs a little bit of work. One area of his game where we want to see him play a little bit better is outside the structure of the offense. Scramble plays throughout the season just did not show up very much. Very athletic guy to get outside on the move and make some of those plays, but they just didn't show up very much. But we are going to look at one of the plays where it did against Washington. We've got 21 seconds left in the half, a 3rd and 7. This is going to be all him making a play outside, using his athleticism. We see the top of the drop. He's got some pressure. He squares, sets his feet, and fires a laser on the sideline in tight coverage and in a spot that only his receiver can make a catch. He makes a great toe tap on the sideline. So more of those plays from Justin Herbert will elevate his game down the line. He's got it in him. Just needs to happen more often.
So that's very interesting. This would be a real full circle moment for Zac Robinson if he is hired. He obviously knows the strengths and the weaknesses of Justin Herbert, but after PFF, he actually went to the Rams coaching staff where he filled in for Zac Taylor after he got that job to be the Bengals head coach, and he was under Sean McVay as a part of the Super Bowl winning Rams team. So Zac Robinson, obviously being a part of that Sean McVay coaching tree, fits perfectly with what Brandon Staley wants to run on offense. It is a scheme fit, it's a philosophy fit, and after that press conference at the end of the year that Brandon Staley had, I was thinking it's either going to be someone from a Shanahan coaching tree or from the Sean McVay coaching tree. Zac Robinson is a part of the Sean McVay coaching tree. I think this would be a really good hire. Obviously, this is just the first interview, but I want to know what you guys think. What is the general consensus among Chargers fans? Let me know in the comments. I love reading the comments and having a big discussion down there. Thank you guys for watching until the end of this video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.